Greetings everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Starco Gaming and today we'll talk Marvel Future Fight. Marvel Future Fight's been there for almost 3 years, and today we are asking ourselves and trying to answer that question too: is Marvel Future Fight still free-to-play friendly? I remember that the first couple years of this game, all free-to-play players actually had a chance to be competitive. Can those players still be competitive? Is the game still good too for other kind of free-to-play players? You know, the casual player, the players that don't give a shit about being a Lance Battle Extreme, all those players. So let's start with the casual player, guys. The casual players, what is the objective of the casual players? Is to have fun whenever he has a chance to log in, to be able to play his favorite characters without having to invest money in the game. So does that actually meet the criteria that the casual players want? It meets it about 90%. About 90% of what he wants, he gets it. I think that is a very good model for players that actually play only on casual basis. Even if he was in a game that he bought that wasn't you know, free to play with app purchases, he still get the same thing on the deal, especially except that a few other things he could actually get. But he's not a collector, he just wants to play specific characters, have fun, doesn't care about the Lance Battle Extreme score. He just wants to get his 100,000 to get his reward. Alliance Conquest, he doesn't have time to commit to that, so he doesn't really care about that. So for the very casual free-to-play players, this game is still very free-to-play players, free-to-play friendly, because like I said, it doesn't need all that extra stuff that is being sold, you know, 6600 crystal, 3300 crystal, all that stuff. It does not care about that, so this game is still very friendly for him. Now if we move to the second kind of free-to-play player, you have the collectors. The collectors players, you know, the people who wants to collect all the characters without have to invest in the game. Well, as free-to-play player, it's obvious they are not going to be able to do that because some characters are paywall. So it is not 100% friendly for those players. They're going to be able to collect most of the characters. They're going to be able to get Black Panther uniform, yeah, no problems. They're going to be able to get all the X-Men, X-23 include with the lab processor. They're going to be able to get them Warlock, Magneto, Jean Grey, all that. The only block, guys, is that they're not going to be able to get all the paywall characters, because paywall characters, even that you can get them through the premium hero chest. Now here, it's just going to show premium hero chest. You can see you can get mostly all characters, guys. It still costs 3000 crystal to open 10 chests, so free-to-play players are not going to be able to buy that often. It's pretty much once every 3-4 months they're going to be able to buy one. If they're lucky, they get the characters to 6 stars, you know, they are lucky. But let's be honest, guys, it is not going to be happening for free-to-play players. Now if we compare to the game to 1 year ago, guys, those free-to-play players that like to collect could actually collect almost everything. They had a few paywall characters like Carnage, Enchantress, Hyperion. I think that they were the 3 first paywall characters. Well, they had 3-4 paywall characters they could not get, so it wasn't that bad. They were still able to collect almost over 95% of the roster, so that was good. Today we have a lot more paywall characters. We have a lot more characters locked behind the package, so I will have to say that this game is not free-to-play collector friendly anymore. If you want to collect, guys, you have to invest in the game. It's that simple. It's that you know, there's no silver lining. It's that you invest in the game if you want to collect. So those free-to-play players that like to collect, they are done collecting because It is useless for them since there's so many paywall characters. Like getting 3 paywall characters within 2 months, it's a lot for those free-to-play players that there's no way they can just buy the premium hero chest every 3-4 months and actually keep up with those paywall characters. Like I said, guys, I'm not going to give my opinion if it's fine with the game to have those kind of player. That is not what we are talking about here today. It's really talking about, is it free-to-play friendly? Then we'll move to the more extreme player base, guys. The competitive player. You know, those players that either want to be competitive in Online Conquest or want to be competitive in Alliance Battle to be in the top 16 alliances. Well, let's start with the first part. The characters that want to be competitive in Alliance Conquest. To be honest, guys, any free-to-play player can be competitive in Alliance Conquest. All you need most of the metas. You don't need all the characters to tier 2. You don't need all the metas. You need to have strong meta to have about 50 tier 2, which is very achievable for free-to-play players, and that's all you need to actually be competitive, be in the top 100 in Alliance Conquest. So I have to say that if you are Alliance Conquest player and want to be competitive, free-to-play player, free-to-play style of playing is actually viable. You have no problem with that. You're not going to be able to get, you know, Adam Warlock. You're not going to be able to get all the uniform you need, you know, for playing this game, you know, at the top as competitive in Alliance Conquest. But you are going to be able to have a good enough roster to be competitive, especially that most paywall characters are not very good in Alliance Conquest, so that fixes the problems, guys. You have no problem being competitive. You get the native tier 2 that you can, and you build a best roster as you can with getting a few CTP for PvP there and there, and you are just fine. Now, if you want to be competitive in Alliance Battle Extreme as a free-to-play player, there is no way you can do it anymore. There is no way, guys. Like, for real. You need all those uniform to get those CTP of energy. You need Tor uniform medical. You need the other one, Killmonger uniform to mythical. Then you need Shuri to tier 2 paywall characters. You need Valkyrie to tier 2 paywall characters. Just those 4 things, guys. That makes it like almost impossible to be able to be competitive as a free-to-play player in Alliance Battle Extreme. Then you have Nova, Blue Marvel, not Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is more PvP. Nova and T-Man to tier 2 to be competitive, to be able to score that 7.5 to 8 millions that now the alliances require. Then you have Lunar Snow 2 that is starting to be what most people in the top 16 alliance uses for Alliance Battle Extreme Speed Days. So there is no way in hell that you can actually be competitive as a free-to-play player in Alliance Battle Extreme for the top 16 alliances. If we talk about top 100 alliances, well, you have no problems. It takes nothing to score that 4.5 million a week in Alliance Battle Extreme. So again, if you want to be competitive, that depends. If you want to enter Alliance tournament as free-to-play player, it's not possible anymore, in my opinion. But if you want to just be in the top 100s, you know, and brag a little bit about it and prove your score weekly, well, it is very possible as a free-to-play player. Now, to basically end this video, I just want to show how this game changed since a year. Okay, a year ago, well, a little bit less than a year ago, we had the Magneto package. That was the first big move from Netmarble to start to diminish what the free-to-play player can actually achieve in this game. Some free-to-play players just starting now to actually be able to buy the Magneto package and get Jean Grey and all that stuff. So that was the first step in trying to abolish free-to-play player in this game. And then we had the 2 massive Apocalypse update. Well, yeah, 2 massive. You had the Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Cable in the first part, then you have Apocalypse in the second part. That's 4 Knights of Tier 2. You need 3 of them. You needed 3 of them to be competitive in Alliance Battle Extreme, which is a lot. Then you have the Ultimate update. Then you have the Black Panther update. You have the Adam Warlock. It's so much stuff that they are trying to push free-to-play players away from this game. Well, for the free-to-play players that just want to be competitive. Now, why are they doing that? It's pretty simple, guys. A mobile game usually will survive between 2 and 5 years. That is the base. So what a company want to do during those 2 to 5 years is make as much money as they can. First, what they're going to try is bring as many numbers that they can into the game. So gives a lot of free stuff, so they bring a lot of download. When they reach a certain amount of download, you know, a player base, a monthly player base that keep them up at the top of the, you know, download chart. Well, it's time for them to actually start pushing people to pay more in the game, because it is time for them to make their money, to cash out, as we can say. Then they start increasing the amount of money that people need to invest in the game to stay at the top. Then eventually they just cash out, and when the whales get tired of paying for their stuff and start quitting, well, that's when the game is shut down. That's how mobile games work. And not all the time, guys. I don't want you to believe that I'm saying that it works like that all the time, but in 90% of the cases, that is how it works, because free-to-play players will help promote the game at the start. It will be very helpful to have free-to-play players to be able to promote that game with high download numbers. But once you get enough promotion, well, you want to make the money, man. Anybody on this planet will want to make the money, because it's what business is about. Business is not about making people who do not invest into a game happy. That is not what it is about. The only reason they take free-to-play players is to promote their game. It's business 101, guys. But that is another subject to say if free-to-play players are right or wrong to want more, if pay-to-play players are okay, you know, if they get enough, if they don't get enough, all that stuff. Well, that's another subject that we might go deeper one day, guys. But for today, is this game still free-to-play friendly? Well, if you're casual, yes. If you competitive in Alliance Conquest, yes. If you're competitive in Alliance Battle Extreme, top 60, no. Top 100, yes. And if you're a collector, well, you are screwed, my boy. So guys, let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you share my opinion on all those subjects, guys, and give me your comments too in the comment box below the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.